I mean, once that net is out, once the microscope is on you, everything is fair game. And it's hard to argue, oh, you can't look at this or you can't look at that. So, yes, if there's an issue with that payment to Stormy Daniels being that it was made on behalf of the candidate, okay, and it was not declared, that's fair game. That a lawyer took out a home equity loan with his own money, paid somebody that he didn't even know on behalf of a client who, by the way, had the wherewithal and the money to afford $130,000. And by the way, didn't tell the client about the settlement agreement. It's an illegal agreement. It's a fraud. If that's in fact the case, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't pass the straight face test. And quite frankly, if that is what happened, we have a potential campaign finance issue. Does anyone actually believe, anyone, left, right, middle, whatever, that if someone else were accused of paying hush money to avoid a public sex scandal in the manner that Donald Trump is alleged to have avoided a public sex scandal, they would be prosecuted? The answer is on 100% no.
What's up, everybody? Major retired Richard Ojeda here, and Donald Trump's lawyer has past connections to Stormy Daniels. Joe Tacopina was absolutely roasted on CNN by legal analyst Jennifer Rodgers and host Don Lemon recently. The host compared a video of the entangled lawyer from the time he was running in the Stormy Daniels circle and now that he is representing the orange slush, and his stance had completely flip-flopped.
Okay, so you have the Stormy Daniels possibility of piercing attorney-client privilege. Let's set that aside. He is now representing Donald Trump. Back then, he was making, it appears, correct me if I'm wrong, the complete opposite argument of what he's making today.
So this is why people make jokes about lawyers, right? Lawyers are advocates. They're not fact witnesses. So he's representing one client now. He's going to put forward that position. Back in the day, he was maybe not representing Stormy Daniels, but was kind of talking about what her side of things would be.
Messages between adult film star Stormy Daniels and an attorney, guess who, same guy who is now representing Donald Trump, have been turned over to the Manhattan District Attorney's Office. The messages, which date back to 2018 when Daniels was seeking representation, could knock Tacopina off of the Trump legal team. Daniels' communications with Tacopina and others at the law firm were about Daniels' situation at the time, nasty details included. So could an attorney use confidential client information to their advantage in a current high-level case? That is the concern that's being raised. Tacopina, in a 2018 clip from around the time Daniels sought to hire him for her case against Trump, addressed the $130,000 settlement agreement. He described it as an illegal agreement. He said it didn't make sense. It didn't pass the straight face test, according to Taco Joe. He said if Trump had indeed made that payment, then he would have broken campaign finance laws, a serious situation. And if Tacopina knows details of Stormy's case already, shouldn't it disqualify him from being Trump's lawyer? What made him have such an extreme change of mind, too? How much did he sell his soul for is the ultimate question. This situation could be the attorney's undoing. Has Tacopina begun his slow roll out of the public eye? We have seen this situation played out over and over before. As soon as Donald Trump is done using someone, he usually pushes them off the train and cancels payroll checks. There is a long list of names that Donald Trump has done wrong, and Tacopina will just be one of the many flashes in Donald Trump's pan. Joe Tacopina is a paid actor sent out by Donald Trump to distort the narrative, to confuse facts. He's a bottom feeder and will likely be left off Team Trump because of his association with Stormy Daniels. And just like that, we won't have to mention his name ever again. At that point, he can join the long list of former Trump flunkies, and that's a fact. Sappers clear the way, airborne all the way.